How's it going, everyone? It's Nathan from Nathan's MRE, and today we have a very special ration. This particular one is the Russian winter ration. And you guys seen this one on 24HMRE.com's YouTube page. This is the one they open on camera. They're holding back 2 of these for whenever this video posts. They have 2 more for sale. They are ordering more, or have ordered more. So if you do not get one of the 2, when you see this video, there'll be some more coming. We'd just like to thank 24HMRE for giving me the opportunity to review this. This is a very special ration, weighing in at a little over 4 pounds. We have a expiration date of 10/20/2018 and a manufacture date of 12/31/2017. They have this thing opened up. On the bottom, they have some tape on it. Let's go ahead and dissect that right now. Sharpen the knife, and it's pretty sharp. Try not to ruin the bag here. There we go. Now, when we got this in, this came in today. The USPS is pretty rough on it, and the outer box is all ripped up. So hopefully it is not destroyed. And unfortunately, I can see some leakage right there. Let's see here. We'll go and unpack it. We'll get to the bottom of that here in 1 second. We have some napkins. We have these cool little hand warmers. We have some instructions. And oh no! It's the apple butter. I hope. Yep, right there, you see it? That's probably still good. We know that just happened. We'll set that off to the side for right now. Let's just keep going here. We have some mashed potatoes. We have what looks to be some muesli. Some raspberry muesli, possibly. And we have some soup. We'll go ahead and translate all this here in a second. We have some peanuts. Barbecue peanuts, possibly. We'll see. We have what looks to be our powdered milk. Let's get a translator. Let's just go ahead and do it all in one go. And this, I'm pretty sure is powdered milk, and it looks like, focus, that is powdered milk. We have our matches with our striker. We have 2 of our teas, our Russian teas. This is what I was more concerned about than anything, is the chocolate spread, and it looks like it made it through just fine. Here we have probably a drink. This is citric acid is all that comes up on it. We'll come back to it. This guy here, did we make it? We did make it. Good deal. Good deal. And this is pate. It doesn't translate. Creamy pate basically is what that says. Holy, there's a lot of stuff in here. We have 3 spoons. We have some salt and pepper. Then we have, should be sweetened condensed milk. Yep. And a little squeeze packet. That's pretty cool. Then we have our plum bar. We always like these. These are always a good one. Then we have 2 packs of tomato sauce, which I think is actually like a ketchup. And it says tomato sauce. We have 2 Mentos. We have some sugar here. We have 1, 2, 3 packs of sugar. We have a water purification tab. Have another water purification tab. Another water purification tab. And then we have our moist towelettes. We got 1, 2, 3. And this feels like this is our multivitamin. We have our compressed fuel, our Esbit stove. Have a package of coffee. We have the crackers didn't even get broke. That must mean they're pretty damn hard if they never got broke in the shipping. We have 4 packages of crackers. And are they all the same? They are all the same. Have another Mentos gum. And we have, oh, I clicked off the translator. Let's see. Cream cheese. This is probably vegetable caviar. This is caviar from vegetables. And we'll have to wipe the top of this off. Ew. Work around it. And here we have kasha with rice. Luckily, all the spillage is contained to the top of that one can. And we have here, my phone would stop acting weird. It says branches. We know it's not branches. It looks like meatballs. We're almost certain that's what it is. And old Mr. Sticky here is beef with carrots and greens. And you can see it has some peas and carrots and onions and stuff, almost like a beef stew. It should be really good. Okay, so we have mashed potatoes with fried onion. We have the policeman soup, which contains wheat flour and it's like maybe possibly some vegetables. Kind of odd. And then we have what's labeled kasha here is actually, they're calling it oatmeal instead of muesli. Okay, so first things first, moist towelette. One of these little creepy blue ones. I say creepy just because it's different. Same material as the US ones on these, not the real thick towel. And this is actually a civilian. This is more like a hiking survival emergency type ration. This is not a true military one. That's why you see some of the civilian items in it. Put that up. And this is around 5,000 calories. And truly is a monster ration. That moist towelette smells pretty decent. Doesn't smell weird. Doesn't leave your hands weird feeling. Everything seems to be good. We're going to go down through this thing so this video is not 2 hours long. We're going to open up all these tins. And we'll turn the camera off. We'll make everything. We'll be right back. So let's go ahead and start with this. And this was basically, essentially, a beef stew. And how I'm going to heat these up, I have a hot plate. Holy. And look at that. It's just full of peas, carrots, and beef, and you can see the fat in there. It smells good. It smells like Russian food. Gotta love that. Some old school USSR smelling food. And next up, this was, I believe, the cream cheese. Crank that open. Yep. Look at that. Look at that. Very nice. And this was the pate. Nice and creamy. You can see a little bit of oil on top of it. Smells absolutely delicious. Here we have the vegetable caviar. Gotta be careful opening these guys up, that'll blow up on you. Nice lighter color on this vegetable caviar. It looks really good. It smells like vegetable caviar. Can't argue with that. Set that off to the side. And this was the kasha. I always try to flip that edge up so whenever you cook it, it doesn't boil out. Look at that. That looks absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. This was the rice kasha. And then what we suspect was the meatballs. Let me retranslate. We're pretty sure it's beef meatballs, judged by the translator. So let's roll our edge up real quick. I'm trying to be speedy about this so it doesn't take 2 hours to watch this video. And yeah, I guess it is. I don't know. We're about to find out. Okay, let's go ahead and get her all heated up here. Man, I tell you what, I feel like Chef Boyardee whipping all this stuff up. This is a lot of food to make. I mean, a lot of food. That being said, let's go and start it off. We have our muesli here with what I think is raspberry, but it smells awful lot like currant. But according to the package, I mean, it looks like raspberry to me. I don't know. We'll see. But we've mixed her up. I think we've got a pretty good ratio here. Not too runny and not too thick. Take a pretty good bite. You can see the little red flecks in it. It smells absolutely wonderful. Just perfect. It tastes like currant so much. It's kind of strange. A nice tart aftertaste to it. It is a very good muesli. Give that's a 10 out of 10. No question. No doubt. Before we go any further here, let's jump into our little, where's the knife at? Take our multivitamin. Come on. There we are. And we'll wash it down with some of our drink. This is the apple drink. And I better get a little bit of mix. Been sitting there for a little bit. Yeah, all the sugar's on the bottom. This drink is odd. I think it has a lot of fiber in it because after it sits for a little bit, it gets to be like a jelly. And it gets kind of weird, to be honest. There we are. Nice apple smell to it. Oh yeah, absolutely perfect. Great drink. The vitamin pill, it was a little bitter, but we'll work through it. No problem at all. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into this main. I'm trying not to forget anything here. There's such a sea of stuff going on. I think our mains are just now cooled off enough to where I can set them right on the tray. And this is what I thought was meatballs, but I think it might just be beef. And it is just beef. It's just chunks, so kind of like the tashanka, but it's almost like a ground beef instead of an actual chunks of meat. But there it is. I want to drip. My mouth is actually watering, waiting to taste this. Look at that. That is absolutely some of the best stuff I've ever had. And it is. It's just like a different kind of tashanka. It's just ground. Absolutely perfect. It looks like there actually might be a little bit of rice in with it. Yeah, you can see that. Pretty dang hot though. Man, oh man. And we're going to jump into our kasha. And this was beef kasha, I believe, with rice. It's a little bit crumbly. Here we are. A little bit on the dry side, but overall not bad. Very tasty. I bet. Water on for some reason. This is actually ketchup or tomato sauce, and I bet it's supposed to go like this. Have just a little bit on this beef, just like so. Wow, that is so good. It tastes like when your mom makes meatloaf, or grandma, or maybe your wife, I don't know. And they put ketchup on top of it, and it's kind of darker like that, like it's been cooked. Man, that is just, it's a cross between ketchup and almost like a barbecue sauce type situation. That's very nice. Perfect for stuff like this. We might need to try some on the kasha. I don't know if that's socially acceptable or not, but we're going to do it anyway. we are. That's the way to go. Hands down, that's the best thing I've ever seen in a Russian MRE. That is absolutely perfect. Flip these down so we can see stuff here. And we're going to jump ahead. It's pretty hot. To our, essentially our beef stew with our peas and our carrots and our beef in it. And it is smoking hot. Look at that. Let me tell you right now. Let me tell you something. This is hands down the best Russian meal I've ever had. The best one I've ever had by far. Moving on, we'll take that out of there. It's probably messing with the exposure. Moving on. Let's go and cleanse our palate. We have our tea, which is steeping here, which is probably still really hot. Yeah, that's really hot. It's really good. Tastes like a black tea. The Russian tea is always a good tea, never a disappointment. We'll jump into a little of this Russian, this vegetable caviar. And it's kind of a lighter color than usual. This stuff always reminds me of almost like a spaghetti sauce. A lot of guys don't like this stuff. They call it goop. But it's actually not bad. And it's the best of crackers. A lot of guys will pour it in their mains. Let's see if we can even bite this cracker off. Crackers actually are not that hard compared to what a lot of them are, which is pretty rare. Usually they're pretty petrified. But then again, this is a pretty fresh meal. So you have that. How a lot of guys want to eat this is like this. They'll soak that in the juice. We'll come back to that here in a second. We'll let it cook there a little bit. Next up, let's go and do our mashed potatoes with fried onions. And we mix them up where they're pretty good consistency. And that was these guys here. And it looked like some chunks of meat maybe in it. It could just be the onions though. This smells like regular mashed potatoes. You don't smell the onions too much at all. So let's go ahead and take a bite and see. That's a nice addition. Yeah, there's the onion. I don't know why a lot of different MREs don't have the packets of mashed potatoes. They last for a long time. They're quick to make. You can make them almost instantly. And overall a good filler too. Man, so far this has been a overwhelmingly good meal. Very good. I'll go ahead and take a drink of our powdered milk here. Our powdered milk was in this little foil package. And I used to be real cautious about this. I didn't like it much. But I figured out over the last year or so, the more you stir it, the better it gets. And there was also some other tricks to it. So let's take a drink. It should be a sweeter kind of milk. This one isn't very sweet. However, we do have our sweetened condensed milk. And let's get, look at that stuff. Look at that. Oh, wow. That is super, super sweet. Usually it's not that sweet. And the trick is to put some in here. Put a nice little glug in there. And you could probably even put this in the muesli. I tell you what, the muesli, or the oatmeal, is so good that I hate to put that in it and possibly take a chance of messing it up. What we're going to do here is mix this up. And we're going gonna take another drink of it. That, my friends, that's perfection right there. You just can't ask for any better than this. This is an awesome freaking meal. And also, I was gonna open up one of these hand warmers and see how it works. So we'll open it up. Some air get to it. Give it a little shake. We'll set it off to the side and see how that does. Let it do its thing. Okay, we're getting all mixed up. We'll eat a handful of our peanuts here. And I thought these were some kind of season, but they're not. They're just regular peanuts. Go back to our cracker here. Peanuts are very nice, very lightly salted, lightly roasted. Just kind of all natural kind of theme going with those. This is a meal fit for a king. And next up, we did the policeman soup, which looks to have some bacon, some croutons, some various mixed spices in it. And you mix with 200 ml of water. And it looks like a pretty hearty soup. Take a smell of it. It smells like straight out onions. Kind of tastes like straight out onions. I'm not a big onion fan. I'll take one more bite just for good sake. If you're into onions and stuff like that, it's really good. It tastes really good. It's just not quite my thing, but that's okay. I'll eat almost anything. Our hand warmer is starting to get warm just a little bit. I know what you guys been thinking. That pate is sitting over there. Nice creamy buttery pate. Look at that. Look at that. Perfect. Oh man. It's very mild. Doesn't have that crazy strong liver taste to it at all in the least bit. It's the consistency of pumpkin pie. If that makes any sense to you. Give that a 8.5 out of 10. You have our cheese. I'm sure you could also heat this up. Doesn't smell like much. Let's taste and see. Very, very good. Tastes a little bit of our coffee here. Mix your coffee up. And this was Coffee Man Coffee exclusive. A little bit of a darker roast. It's not real super bitter like a lot of coffees are. I'm sure you could add your sweetened condensed milk in it too if you wanted to. Moving right along, let's get this plum bar out. These plum bars, I always like these. I've had several of these through the years. And they're never a disappointment. They're always a nice fresh fruit alternative. Look at that. I know on camera it probably looks dark and nasty, but it really is a very nice bar. Oh yeah, that one's no exception. Nice and sweet. Has a nice firm chew to it. Very nice. However, moving on here to the chocolate hazelnut spread, which is pretty much Nutella. Absolutely perfect addition. Get a cracker right here. It's really dark. Look at that. That's like a dark chocolate version of Nutella. It's even darker, even better than regular Nutella. Perfect, guys. Absolutely perfect. That brings us to the apple butter. The apple butter has a tiny little pinhole, but we know it was not like this just a few days ago. So we know what happened in shipping. So what we're going to do. Go and slice the top of it. We're going to try it. If we get sick and die, well, I'll probably get this video posted before I keel over. So at least you get to see this. That thing's sticky. There you are. Holy. Put that over here. Out of the way. Apple butter never disappoints. Nice and tart. It's like a very tart applesauce. Our warmer is getting nice and hot now. It is a lot thicker. Look how thick that is. Than one from the US, and you can actually feel little clumps in there. I don't know. A little bit different. Definitely keep you warm, especially with what, 4 of them? 3 or 4 of them in here. Good deal. That leads us down to the mint gum. I'm actually not going to eat this. I'm going to finish a lot of the rest of this. And none of this food ever goes to waste. A lot of you guys always saying that, oh, you waste a lot of food. No, I don't. Go to foreignmre.com. There is, like I said before, 2 of these available. There's some more on the way. Get it while you can. I have no idea what the price is going to be on these. It won't be cheap. None of these Russian meals are ever cheap. So be prepared for that. That's it, guys. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Have a good day. We'll be back right away with another Russian meal. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose what stripes and bright stars